Candace Owens just showed up like Tina with the bob cut, the customer service, and brought all the receipts. Just a few days ago on a live stream, Candace put out a few questions to TPUSA and their executives and simply asked to respond with yes or no. For example, she asked, did Charlie intend on inviting her back into TPUSA? Yes or no? Did Charlie intend on cutting ties with the pro-Israel movement? Yes or no?
About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright, okay? Charlie was done. He said it explicitly that he refused to be bullied anymore by the Jewish donors. Can you guys answer? Did he express that? Did he also express that he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back because he was standing up for himself? And then did he, just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our onstage reunion could happen? It's a yes or a no, okay? Let's stop this ditching. Let's stop the dodging. Let's explicitly, I want to hear from Turning Point USA that I'm lying about that. I want you to say no, it was just, he was feeling a little bit of pressure. No, I want you to literally answer what I have just said.
She gave them an opportunity to respond, said that she had receipts. They didn't respond, so she provided the receipts. Here's Candace on her most recent live stream pointing out in a group chat where Charlie Kirk did indeed say he was done with the pro-Israel movement, that he was tired of being bullied by his Jewish donors, and he did in fact intend on bringing Candace Owens back. And this was all said 48 hours before he was killed.
Charlie was done with Israel bullying him, and I am now going to present you proof of what I am saying. This is an actual group chat, which happened 2 days before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. So Charlie writes in this group chat, just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Somebody writes, ugh. Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause.
A group text chain that has been made known and released by Candace Owens. And I just want to address it head on because, that was a text grab, a screen grab that I had shared with people. So it is authentic.
A lot of conservatives and a lot of people from TPUSA owe Candace a big ass apology. As a matter of fact, two people in particular owe her an apology just about more than anybody else, and that would be Pastor Rob McCoy and Josh Hammer, who were both a part of that group chat. You see, it wasn't that long ago that Josh Hammer did a hit piece in the Newsweek calling Candace Owens a disgraced podcaster and suggesting that she was some crazy conspiracy theorist for suggesting that Charlie Kirk was at odds with his Jewish donors and was being pressured by them to not bring back Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and to not question anything Israel is doing in Gaza. And he specifically referenced the meeting with Bill Ackman in the Hamptons, suggesting that there was no significant pressure being put on Charlie, except for Charlie himself. In that message, admits he was tired of being bullied by Jewish donors like Bill Ackman. And maybe Hammer could have pretended he didn't know, except for we now know, thanks to Candace and her receipts, that you were part of the group chat where Charlie admitted he was tired of being bullied by his Jewish donors. So you were smearing Candace based on claims that you knew to be true and pretended otherwise. Then you got Pastor Rob McCoy, who literally gaslighted the hell out of Candace, saying that he wished that she would treat Charlie the way that he would have treated her in this time of mourning and be a friend. You mean like trying to figure out who actually murdered him and telling the truth about the pressure he was feeling from Israeli donors and Zionist donors? Oh, you wanted her to be a real friend by ignoring the fact that the FBI and the US government is clearly engaging in a massive cover-up of the murder of one of her best friends. And Candace does let us know that that isn't really his pastor. He wasn't going to that church. Charlie had recently been going to Mass, and it seems like he's only been legitimized as Charlie's pastor as a way to justify and legitimize the illegitimate criticisms that he's been making against her. And now it's time to put on my tinfoil hat. Because Israel, it's starting to get weird now. All of a sudden, that letter that Charlie Kirk allegedly wrote to Netanyahu, you got to start questioning its legitimacy. We might need to pass that through some programs to figure out if he really wrote that letter. We need to figure out why Bill Ackman was lying about putting pressure on Charlie Kirk whenever we know now that Charlie openly admitted to losing $2 million from Jewish donors specifically because of his unwillingness to toe the line on Israel and his willingness to bring on people like Tucker and Candace Owens to his events. And we know all of the beef that Charlie had with his Jewish donors was specifically because of Israel. And the fact that people from TPUSA, even Bibi Netanyahu himself, and other politicians have come out and said how much Charlie Kirk was still in support of the pro-Israel, pro-Zionist movement, when some of those people were part of this group chat and knew for a fact that he was abandoning the pro-Israel movement, bro, y'all not looking good, especially when you couple that with the fact that there's this massive government cover-up and y'all trying to blame the left for it. I hate to admit it, but maybe Candace was right. They couldn't have Charlie genuinely or opportunistically turn himself into another Tucker or another Candace, because both Tucker and Candace became even more successful after throwing out the pro-Israel Zionist movement and calling out the genocide, and specifically calling out Netanyahu. And it looks like TPUSA, their executives, and yes, even Erica Kirk, Miss WWE herself, are taking orders from the very people Charlie Kirk said himself he was done taking orders from. And at the end of the day, that is not inconsequential, and any real friend wouldn't just look the other way when all of the proof is in the pudding. And the fact that people were in this group chat know that he wanted to bring Candace Owens back. They have on a Israeli shield like Ben Shapiro and still haven't even brought on Candace Owens as a special guest for the Charlie Kirk show. Just things that make you go,